All right, today is August 4th, 2026. It is exactly 3 a.m. I've been online for like 2 or 3 hours trying to find tweets to share with you. There is so much going on. I had to stop and I was like, if I need to do everything overnight, I need to stop now. So I have some tweets on the list to share with you. I might do another video, depend several videos, because I don't think I'll fit all of these in one video. Yeah, there's a lot going on. So let's get rid of, let me do the things with Harry and Meghan. But before I do that, there's two tweets that have nothing to do with Harry and Meghan I want to share with you. This is the first one. Because on my channel, I've spoken about the media and how things transfer from the UK to the US, and I think in the past, before I even started talking about the transformation of the media, I spoke about CNN, how it started, and the creator, and not too long ago, I think the creator, what's his name, Ted recently passed. But when I came across this, I thought I put it on the list to share with you. Okay. Who owns Hispanic Telemundo television? Not Hispanic people. Who owns BET? Not black people. Why do the same people with same politics on Fox News and CNN? Are they not supposed to be opposite opinions? They, in quotation marks, have an aggressive media monopoly across all races and politics to keep you trapped in same overall direction. Break the media monopoly. Okay, I thought that was, I didn't listen to it yet, but the moment I saw the caption, I thought I had to share it with you. And some past videos, may not be on this channel. If you just happen to stumble on this video, I have two channels. One is PYTE and this one. I probably have mentioned it on PYTE, where BET, I went into BET, not went into, but search online on the video that I was making, who owns it, and they sold shares, and even now I think owns Oprah Winfrey Network, and she started selling some part of it. Okay, so I did a quick search here. Even Oprah Network, she's selling it off already. The Oprah Winfrey Network is owned by Warner Brothers Discovery, 95%. Okay, 95% of it is owned by Warner Brothers, and 5% Harpo Production. Okay, so even that, she could have sold it to Tyler Perry or something. But hey, all right, so let's listen to this so I can move on to the next 51 seconds. Screenshot, okay?
Guess who owns Telemundo TV? Not Hispanic people. Guess who owns BET? Not black people. And did you know that Soros owns 18 Hispanic radio stations in America? And guess what he is? Not Hispanic. And guess who owns all social media platforms? That same 0.2%. And guess who owns Fox News and CNN? Same people with same political goals. So are they truly conservative or liberal stations? Or is it just the illusion of opinion and sowing division? Well, everyone serves the same master. They actively and aggressively keep the media monopoly across the board, regardless of race or political ideology, to control, influence, divide, or unite politics, races, businesses, and keep everything and everybody loyal to blue state. Free the media. Everybody has a right and duty to own their own media, or else we're just nothing but puppets. Guess who owns Telemundo?
So, I thought that was good to share. You could pause and read these if you want. Let's go to the next tweet. All right. I'm not sure if I shared this before, but it came under my timeline. I thought I shared it with you. Okay, let's pause. Okay, black party, it's okay to have it. So let's listen. This is Naomi Osaka, 1 minute and 8 seconds.
White people have parties every day, they just never put it on the invitations. I'm Naomi Osaka. Before the French Open, I threw a party and invited only black players. The internet exploded. If Sabalenka threw an all-white party, would you accept it? She doesn't need to. All-white dinners and parties have never stopped in this circle. I've seen it countless times, and no one has ever thought there was a problem. Why are you uncomfortable when people of color get together growing up? I rarely saw anyone who looked like me on the tennis court. You don't understand that kind of loneliness. I threw this party not to exclude anyone, but to celebrate how far we've come. I watched my father being stopped and questioned by the police on the court just because he was black. You ask me why I only invited black people? I ask you, why is it natural for white people to get together, but when we get together, it's considered division? I will apologize for many things in my life, but I will never apologize for celebrating who I am, celebrating our achievements. I feel sorry for those who can't understand that celebration and discrimination are two different things. This isn't isolation. This is us finally finding a corner where we can breathe in a world that doesn't belong to us.
There's a music in the background. I think, what's her name? Yeah, due to copyright, so I have to manipulate it. There's something she said here. It reminds me of Meghan when she talked about her mother. She heard someone call her mom the N-word. So that reminds me. I think it was somewhere here. Let's see.
Color get together growing up. I rarely saw anyone who looked like me on the tennis court. You don't understand that kind of loneliness. I threw this party not to exclude anyone, but to celebrate how far we've come. I watched my father being stopped and questioned by the police on the court just because he was black.
That part, it reminds me of Meghan talking about her mom, where she witnessed them calling her the N-word. Okay, so I wanted to get these two videos out of the way. So let's get into some topic about Meghan. Is that well, some stuff. The royals, could be the leftovers or just the squad talking. All right, this headline makes the palace look ridiculous. Cringe, not a flex. Royals living on edge and keeping close eye on Meghan Markle years after Mexit. Exclusive, a former royal butler has weighed in on how Meghan Markle's relationship with the royal family has changed since she and Prince Harry left the UK. They push her out. These people, they can't mind their own business. Meghan is minding her own. They're keeping a close eye on floor arrangement. Why do the leftovers act like such losers? They're keeping a close eye on floor arrangement. Why do the leftovers act like such losers? This video, let's go over it like this. I think I shared it in past videos. I'm going like this because of copyright, okay? YouTube gave me a hard time sharing any videos. The only person there should keep an eye on is the PDF. Yeah, you don't hear them talking about him. Even when they want to mention him, they don't even write his name. They abbreviate his name. Right? They're talking about Prince Andrew. The only person there she kept an eye on is the PDF in the palace, aka Prince Andrew Mountbatten in Windsor. Right? Keeping a close eye on Meghan for what? I tell you, they should have kept a close watch on the pedo uncle. Him associating with criminal human traffickers and foreign spies has the entire British government monarchy exposed to espionage, treason, sexual predators, and money laundering. They are so good at being in the background. Reading this, let me see if I did put it on the list, because I just saw something going on in the parliament, and it reminded me of this black lady in the parliament who was trying to talk, and they tossed her out. Let me see if I could find it. After this, it's because she fools and the palace are ridiculous. All right, stalking, bullseye. Let me pause for a second. Okay, after reading this, all right, I tell you, they should have kept a close watch on that pedo uncle. Him associating with criminals, human traffickers, and foreign spies has the entire British government monarchy exposed to espionage, treason, sexual predators, and money laundering. This comment here made me think of this tweet. I didn't even put it on the list. I saw it on my timeline. I was like, I don't want to talk about this. But the moment that I saw it, it reminded me, what's this lady during COVID? What's her name? They toss her out. Let me see if I could find a picture of her. Yeah, her name is Dawn Butler. I had to ask Google, what's the name of the black MP who was tossed out of Parliament in the UK for calling Bojo a liar? Her, Dawn Butler. Where's image? Her, that's who that remind me of. So let's listen to this. This is how the system operates when someone dares to call out the elites. Zawa Sultana MP of the UK speaks the plain truth on the floor of Parliament, and instead of answering for their action, they silence and remove her. Western civilization preaches free speech to the world but suppresses it at home the moment it gets uncomfortable. Alright, let's listen to this and then I move on to the next one.
Order, sit and leave.
So let's call this out for what it is. The Prime Minister is a barefaced liar, and if you had any decency left...
No, order, sit and leave. Leave now. I'll name you otherwise. I'd go now if I were you. Leave. I'm not. Leave. You've been. I'm now named. I've given the option to leave. I'd leave if I were you very quickly. Move before I read it and give me one option. Right, give me that. You have no duties. It's my duty to carry out and control this house. One chance. Do you want to leave now or not? Right. I name Zara Sultana. Minister, I beg to move that the name, the said member, be suspended from the house.
Mr. Speaker, call Jane Kitchen.
Jane Kitchen.
I beg to move that Zara Sultana be suspended from the service of the House.
The question is that Zara Sultana be named and leave this house. All those in favour? Aye. Leave. I'm sorry you've done this. I really am. Right. Come on, Ruth.
Wow, and then they laugh, This is what that remind me of, okay? All of this. And you see what's happening in the US? Create a war, and the US is losing right now in the Middle East. Unbelievable. All right, so let's go to the next tweet. I didn't have it on the list, but this comment made me bring the other one up. Same thing. Dawn Butler call out Bojo for lying. They toss her out. All right, this is the next tweet. Prince Harry will have the Spencers alongside him. About King Charles, the Invictus Game always invites head of state and government figures. This is nothing new. Prince Harry is believed to want his father to stand alongside him at next summer's Invictus Game. Yawn. Those are the words of the British expressing their desperation. They desperately want that pound photo shoot. Maybe Charles will accept the IG invitation. The one that will surely be there supporting Prince Harry, as always, will be the Spencers. Alright, let's see here. Should the King and Harry have a public reunion? Prince Harry is believed to want his father to stand alongside him at that next summer's Invictus Games. Will it be great to see them have a show of public unity? I mean, Charles better show up because when in the Netherlands, the King went and sit with Harry. What other place? When he went in Canada, what was the... it's not Netherlands. Was it Netherlands or the Dutch? What was it? Denmark. The one who... let me see if I'll find a picture. Him. I don't know his name. Is it Jacquin? Him. He went to visit the Invictus Canada. So, I don't know. The UK, since Harry left, they have not shown any support for the Invictus Game, and that makes them look really bad because it's a political event. Only show support once they needed to host it, which is something I've documented in past videos. And I don't think Harry cares if the father shows up or not. His main thing is the Invictus Game. I think this is something he really enjoy hosting, to be part of, to see the improvement of the participants and things like that. So if Charles shows up, that would be great. But if he doesn't show up, Harry's not losing anything from Charles not showing up, because I think he already accepted Charles' position. Alright, Prince Harry is believed to want his... Okay. Should the King and Harry have a public reunion? Prince Harry is believed to want his father to stand alongside him at next summer's Invictus game. Will it be great to see them have a show of public unity? I mean, this is the media's talking. They want a picture so they could have a long, I guess forever, to create articles. Prince Harry wants his father, King Charles, to stand alongside him at the Invictus Games. You could pause and read. They don't know what Harry's thinking, which is obvious. It's pretty much giving Harry would love his father to be there. Alright, so there's more. You could pause and read. Okay, Prince Harry is believed to want. King Charles has reportedly received an invitation, blah, blah, blah. In other words, the UK media does not know a damn thing. This is what the UK media wants, not Harry. Exactly. That's why I was like, there's no reason for me to read it. But you could pause and read them. Alright, next tweet. Alright, so this is a video. Alright. Alright, so this I created as a short video. What I'm gonna do here, I'm not gonna go over the comments. The only thing I'm gonna say, glad other people other than the Sussex squad that calling him out. Alright, so I've already uploaded it. I turned this into a short video by itself. I read the comments and whatnot. So I'm just gonna play the video and then move on.
Well, why don't you sell one of your palaces?
Yeah.
I'm sure he lives in a fucking 25-bedroom fucking palace.
Yeah.
Why don't you give some rooms to some of the homeless? Why don't you sell some of your palaces to raise some money to fucking end homeless? Because I'm still not over the fact that Prince Charles threw a £250 million party for himself when he had a crown put on his fucking nut, and there's old ladies dying. Well, why don't you sell one of your palaces?
They have money for everything else but the people. If they need something or they want something, the elite, they'll find a way to get the money. But the poor and things like that, they never have money for them. All right, next tweet. Okay, I covered it on a short video by itself. So, all right, let's see. Okay, for F's sake, can they just live their lives and stop being jealous ragers? They have a whole king and queen consort lane and 3 children to raise. Why they can't live in peace? Because Harry and Meghan are living in peace. Will and Kate needs to get it together. They are a mess. Alright, what's Kate Middleton, Prince William hold crisis talk after feeling humiliated. I think I covered this headline. Humiliated for what? What did they do? I'm trying to understand, why do they feel humiliated? What did they do to feel humiliated? I don't know. They abuse certain words and then they use it so much where when it's really needed, you have to ask yourself, are they actually meant what the word really meant? Humiliate for what? What did they do? Is it because nobody was there? All of a sudden they feel humiliated because people are not cheering for them? Because the way these people behave is like children. Prince William, Kate held crisis talk after Harry and Meghan's Highgrove meeting with King, report says. You could pause and read that. There's more. King Charles royal reunion with Harry may have left William and Kate humiliated. Again, abusing the word. Prince William and Kate Middleton crisis talk after Harry and Meghan's triumph. As the dust settles after the Sussex circus leaves the UK, William and Kate hold serious conversation with a royal editor. They have nothing better to do, okay? They have too much time on their hand. And that last video that I just shared with you, which I told you I have it on a short, where this guy is talking about for William to create, do something for homelessness. He doesn't use his time productively. Okay, so he uses time looking at his brother and complain. Okay, William can't stand any competition from Harry. He never could, so he create Mexit. He's furious at just the thought of Charles leaving Harry and his kids. Really needs therapy. He can't cope and has an enabling mean girl wife. They abuse Harry and Meghan's and they're mad Harry and Meghan spoke about it. Should have been kinder then. People like William and Kate actually exist. Gaslighting abusers that hate to see Harry and Meghan happy after their hate campaign fell. Yeah, like I said, the situation that they are in, they cause it. Okay, are we talking about adults or student in need of counseling? They wanted Meghan out, lost Harry in the deal, publicly celebrated 6 years ago, and they need crisis management? No, they need therapy. The hate you give. All right, there's the shade here. Let's go to the next tweet. This one, I just saw it and added to the list. It fits perfectly after the last tweet. All right, there's the I here and there's the pound. She retweet this. All right, you can't mistreat people and then act like they betray you. That's delusional. I mean, they do not want any accountability. Similar to that Parliament video I just shared with you. If the person is lying and they call, I don't know who she was making reference to. If she's, how do they call this? Causing defamation, they could sue her for defamation. But if she's saying the truth and you're shutting her out, they do not want to take any accountability. None whatsoever. All right, they wanted to keep their slave heavy, but Meghan said, hell no. Why don't I put quotation? All right, let's go to the next tweet. Okay, so there's a TikTok. What? 10 minutes? Okay, William and Kate get taxpayers funded photo app. All they do is copy Meghan. 6-7 holidays a year. This is all they can cope with. Meghan Sussex earned her own keep. William and Kate Commonwealth Day family photo mimic the Sussex family. You know what? Maybe this will be the last one for this video. I'll do another one right after it. So let's listen to it. I like to hear different people's perspective.
William and Kate's Commonwealth Day family photo mimics the Sussex family. So William and Kate and their 3 children, George, Charlotte and Louis, attended the Commonwealth Games on Saturday the 1st of August. And then later on that day, they released a photo on their Instagram as a family of 5 from behind, walking away from the camera basically. And now the photo obviously was from behind and they're walking away from the camera, and everyone said, that looks familiar. And
okay, I don't even think William processed or tried to comprehend the situation. They, the royal family, put Harry and Meghan and their children at risk, which is why Harry is taking precaution not to show their faces. All right, there's a reason for why Harry and Meghan takes picture of their kids from behind. Okay, William and Kate don't have that same kind of thing because they have the security, they are public figures, they are working royals, so they are in position to, I don't think they comprehend, they just want to copy. I don't know. Let's listen, let's continue.
They said, yes, it's Harry and Meghan's style. And it only took them 10 days to come out of the woodwork again and do a photo from behind. And Meghan shared her summer holiday photos on the 23rd of July, remember? So obviously the top one in Portugal at the beach was from behind. The middle one from behind was Archie with Harry and Lilibet, and obviously Meghan was taking the photo and they were walking away from the camera. And now we have this one. And I'll say it again, William and Kate only do something after Meghan has done something. They never do something before. They only follow after Meghan's done it.
Okay, because they're waiting to see the public perception, how the public receive it. Okay, if the people like it, then they follow. But the thing is that with Harry and Meghan, the squad, okay, any little drop of whatever Meghan put out there, the squad will enjoy it. And then you have the Derangers coming crying. Okay, the squad will make things trending. So William, if he's following the squad and thinking that people will perceive his photos the same way, he got the Derangers to publicize it. I literally did not even mention the Commonwealth game. I make reference to it on my community game, community board, but then share a damn thing about it. Until the day after, I think there's a video of Prince Edward with his wife at the Commonwealth game. That was it, and that was after the game was done. But William, I think he's afraid to get not only bruised, but people not receiving the thing the way that he will want, where people will like whatever it is that he wants. That's why he's afraid to initiate anything. Alright? In my humble opinion. So he's just copying Harry and Meghan. But what he's copying is things that put Meghan and Harry in a position where they had to take that measure. But William and Kate are not in the same boat. They are working royals, which William made sure Harry is not a working royal. Because Harry wanted to do 50-50, but they said no. Remember the book and printer?
Began to address Granny about the 5 options. Your Majesty, you've seen the 5 options? Yes, she said. We all had. They'd been emailed to us. 5 different ways of proceeding. Option 1 was continuance of the status quo. Meg and I don't leave. Everyone tries to go back to normal. Option 5 was full severance. No royal role, no working for Granny, and total loss of security. Option 3 was somewhere in between, a compromise, closest to what we'd originally proposed. I told everyone assembled that, above all, I was desperate to keep security. That was what worried me most, my family's physical safety. I wanted to prevent a repeat of history, another untimely death like the one that had rocked this family to its core 23 years earlier, and from which we were still trying to recover. I'd consulted with several palace veterans, people who knew the inner workings of the monarchy and its history, and they all said option 3 was best for all parties. Meg and I living elsewhere part of the year, continuing our work, retaining security, returning to Britain for charities, ceremonies, events. Sensible solution, these palace veterans said, and eminently doable. But the family, of course, pushed me to take option 1. Barring that, they would only accept option 5. We discussed the 5 options for nearly an hour. At last, the bee got up and went round the table, handing out a draft of a statement the palace would soon be releasing, announcing implementation of option 5. Wait, I'm confused. You've already drafted a statement? Before any discussion? Announcing option 5? In other words, the fix was in this whole time? This summit was just for show? No answer.
So in conclusion, if you'd had the support, you'd still be there?
Without question.
Yeah.
I'm sad that what's happened has happened, but I know, and I'm comfortable knowing that we did everything that we could to make it work, and we did everything on the exit process the way that it should have been
with
done.
With as much respect.
Respect.
Oh my God, we just did everything we could to protect them.
All right, let's continue.
And all the fans and royal observers noticed that the Wales' family photo from behind was so reminiscent of the photo that Meghan shared on her Instagram, where this one in the middle again, Harry, Archie and Lilibet were at Althorpe and they were walking away from Meghan, who was taking the photograph, and someone said it's ridiculous. I mean, all this has happened 10 days after Meghan shared her summer holiday photos. And William and Kate desperately feel the need to copy and cover everything that the Sussexes do and have done in the past. They sometimes do go back and look at their old stuff and they will replicate it. And the hypocrisy is so disgusting because they condemned Meghan for sharing her summer holiday photos, and they were done on her own terms because she wants to control the narrative instead of the press and the media doing it. And yet William and Kate have literally just gone and done this exact same thing as Meghan. They've copied the same style, the pose, the walking away from the camera, and yet the press, the media, they praise them and they say, what a lovely family photo. I mean, how is that fair? It's one rule for Meghan and one rule for William and Kate. And it's almost like William and Kate can share any photo and they won't get scrutinised. They know they won't get scrutinised because they need the press and the media on their side. Whereas poor Meghan, she shares harmless, enjoyable photos of her family's life and she gets called a narcissist.
She closed her car door. They call her out for it. So there's that. Oh my God, I can't believe it's only 3 minutes. So let me just let it play for you guys, for those who's not on TikTok, okay?
She's an attention seeker. Oh, how self-centered. It's all about Meghan. But the trouble is, this image itself that William and Kate shared on their Instagram said very little about the event, the Commonwealth Games, and instead made people focus on looking at the photo, which shows a family of 5 walking away from the camera. And we've got them from behind. But that was the whole purpose. They wanted to release a staged and orchestrated photo that would have the same resemblance to the Sussexes. Because what are the chances of this? The 23rd of July, 23rd of July, 1st of August. Come on, guys. Work it out. Use your brains, open your eyes, and actually look. Because all I ever get is, oh, rubbish, nothing like it. I can tell you that now. If this was the other way round, and William and Kate had done it first, and say, Meghan released these afterwards, you go, oh, it's disgusting. Oh, she's copying them. Oh, she's done all her photos from behind. But because it's William and Kate, you all keep your mouth shut. And it's like, oh, I'm not even going to go there. I know what they're doing, but I don't want to see it because I'm a fan of them. That's sad. You're pathetic.
Yeah, if they had shown a picture of them enjoying watching the Commonwealth Games, that would have been something. But no, they're so focused. Their objective was to take something similar to what Harry and Meghan had, and they lose focus of the game completely.
I mean, if you really want to support a load of stalking bullies that are harassing the Sussex family, you're insane, you are. And you say I'm crazy on here. You need to fucking grow a pair and act your age for once. Because how can you support a family that is constantly briefing negative stories about the Sussex family who have done nothing wrong? They turf them out because they were too good, and yet all we get on here is, oh, Meghan took Harry away, she's got him on a lead. You don't know what you're talking about. You're talking bollocks. Literally, listen to yourselves. And you have to remember, the first ever photo that Harry and Meghan released from behind was on the day of their wedding. It was the one in the garden, and they're from behind, Harry and Meghan, and the fireworks. Yeah. Just after their wedding, in the sky. Look it up, look for the date. That was the first ever time Harry and Meghan had done it. And then, as per usual, William and Kate started copying the photos from behind, and they were mimicking them. I think it started in around October 2019. I think they got off the plane in Pakistan somewhere, and they did the photo from behind just before they walked down the steps. And I thought, copying, but press and the media are you're all sad, boot-looking creeps. You just want to support the royal family because you won't have anything to cover, you won't have any work, and this just shows you how pathetic you are. You'd rather support an institution that's full of poison than rather support a family that's honest, genuine, and they haven't done any harm to anyone. What harm is Meghan doing by sharing these lovely family photos? What we get is, oh, she's a narcissist. She's doing it.
And one of the things that I've said, Meghan is doing this mostly for her fans. She knows her fans, especially those from the very beginning, before she even met Harry. All right? Those fans who have been supporting her. I think despite the position that the royal family have put her and the Derangers, she still tried to reach out to her true supporters. Not me. Yes, I support her because of the good thing that she's done. But I was not one of those who were from the beginning. But those who were there from the beginning, like Emily, all right, that young lady, okay?
Yeah, it's still my baby. I wanted a place where I could share these great experiences I'm able to have and make it inspirational for people, but also a reminder that it's all attainable, you know? Like I didn't grow up with this kind of lifestyle or being interviewed or having fancy things. Like that is all very new. And so to be able to show like, you want that, you could totally have that, and you are enough and you're worth it. And it's also been a great way for me to connect with people like Emily, who's right here. I only know her through Twitter, and I knew she was coming because I saw it on social media.
Stop it, really?
Yes, and she's going on a trip soon to Costa Rica to do some aid work because she said that my UN stuff inspired her. I wrote you a letter. I brought it.
Okay, that is amazing.
Tina and Michelle, these I could think on top of my head. These are the true supporters, and who have stood by her when she was, the papers were really trashing her, but they still came out and stood up for her. These are for those people that Meghan, putting those pictures out, because many of the squaddies, the Emilys, the Tina and Michelles, they didn't have to do any of that. None of the things from the beginning. All right. I'm not talking about myself. I came out later on. Those headlines caught my attention. And then I went and searched. I didn't even know Meghan was doing charity work before Harry and Meghan, before Meghan met Harry. I didn't know any of this. The squad, the originals, taught me those things. So when Meghan put those images of the kids, I think she will want to share so much more, but the position that she's in with the Derangers, the media in the UK, all right, is that, you know what, for my fans, I know they would love to see how the kids are growing. Let me put this out for them. All right, the squad knows. Okay? But everything that she does, the same group of people who put her in that position to share those images the way that she's doing are still complaining. So she just blacked them out and focused on her fans. So the Derangers was crying left and right. I see some of them under my comment. Sometimes I have time to respond to them, but lately I haven't had time. I just delete the comments. Oh, where's the fingers? Where's this? Where's that? I just delete. All right. So Meghan is doing this for her fans, the true originals, who would love to see how tall Archie is, look how big they're getting, and things like that. All right, to keep an update. That's all. All right, and also to let the same group of people that Meghan is catering to say, I'm okay. This is what I did. This is a sneak peek of what I did this summer with my kids, with my family. All right, so let's continue.
For attention, she wants to be noticed. But when William and Kate do it, oh no, it's wonderful, absolutely lovely. No, can't fault the photo. Creeps. You're all effing creeps. The whole lot of you on here. You're just so deluded, you're consumed with them, and it's almost like you can't think one bad thing about the Wales' family. Oh no, they're not like that, they're royal. Just because they're royal doesn't mean they're nice people. Look at Charles, what he did to Diana.
Mm-hmm.
He's a royal. Does that make him nice?
And look what he continued doing. Okay? He continued. He didn't stop. He continued doing his barbaric behaviors now toward his son. Okay, he could have easily give Harry the security that he needs. He got money for that. Is he putting safety for Harry and Meghan? No. He actually doubled down, telling other places to not provide security for his son.
Arguments. At this point, I'm feeling very let down. It's the minority of people, especially those that read the tabloids and the press themselves. The press themselves have incited so much hatred towards myself, my wife, and even our children. That's hard to forgive. I actually couldn't believe it. I thought with all the disagreements and all of the chaos that's happening, the one thing that I could rely on is my family keeping me safe. And not only did they decide to remove my security in the UK, but they also signaled to every single government around the world not to protect us.
All right, so this is what she's talking about.
No, yet people still supporting. Look what William and Kate did to Harry and Meghan. Still get supported. Just mental. Everyone's mental in the UK. Mm-hmm. I'm actually disgusted that I'm British. I wish I was American or something. wish I wasn't British.
I don't think right now you want to be American with what Trump is doing in the Middle East right now. So we each have our own baggage, okay? To this lady, I don't know her name, but I'm just saying. Because Trump is making the United States look very bad and wasting tons and tons of money, weapons. Let's continue.
And also, the double standard. So when Meghan curates her own family photos, people call it performative. Yet when the Waleses release contrived and orchestrated family photos, people describe them as warm, down-to-earth, relatable, yet the press and the journalists know damn well that William and Kate are copying the style of the Sussexes' family photos, but they'll pretend and turn a blind eye on purpose and make out that William and Kate's photo and the style of the photo is brand new and that we've never ever seen it before and no one had ever shared a photo like that before. Well, we know that's just not true. We know what William and Kate are doing. Everyone can clearly see it. Harry and Meghan did it first, the photos from behind, and then they followed as usual. And it's like no one can admit it that they're copying the Sussexes.
At this point, I really don't think they care as long they are part of the conversation. Okay, there we are sharing, talking about them, so they are part of the conversation. I think that's all they care. Distraction, because the UK is doing a lot of crazy stuff. The US is doing a lot of crazy stuff, but it's distraction. That's all. And to be part of the conversation, they're still talking about them.
Because it would portray William and Kate, the future king and queen, as a pair of psycho stalkers. And as I said before, if Harry and Meghan were rubbish, William and Kate would have no need to copy them. So why are they copying them?
But in this moment, this morning, our sacred rule of law is under attack. Journalism is under attack. Universities are under attack. Freedom of speech is under attack. And insidious fear is reaching through our schools, our businesses, our homes, and into our private thoughts. The fear to speak in America. Power can rewrite history with grotesque, false narratives. They can make criminals heroes and heroes criminals. Power can change the definition of the words we use to describe reality.
What does that tell you, everyone? That just tells you that Harry and Meghan are so good at their job and at their media and everything. Just everything. They're so good at it.
And let's not forget as well, Harry have told them the formula of what he has done, why people like him. William, all he had to do, based on Harry's perspective, is that find something you enjoy and turn it into whatever.
I've been a pessimist many times because of the work that we end up doing. You can be surrounded by negativity sometimes. But as I said just now, the younger generation of the world has turned me into an optimist because they are the best connected, the most passionate generation that I think that we've ever had. And what we need to do is be able to create a platform so that they can be heard, because they have the solutions to some of the world's biggest problems.
I was actually going to ask you that because my sense would be that you've seen a lot of things up close. So you've seen miracles and you've seen great sadness. I mean, you go to a famine. Most of us read about one. And so you can see some things that perhaps none of us could really understand the scale or the breadth of the devastation up close. And you're saying that young people are the ones that keep you motivated to do this work. Why do you think young people are often so underestimated by society? Why do you think that 6-year-old voice or that 10-year-old voice or that 15-year-old voice is not treated the same way as that 60-year-old voice?
Because that's the way it's always been, before social media, before internet, before the way that everybody was connected in a positive way. it was always presumed, this is my take on it, which may be very wrong, but I think the presumption was always the longer you spend on this planet, the more experience and the more knowledge that you have. Fine, I think we all agree that the longer you're around for, the more experience you have. But what kind of a world are we going to end up being part of if we don't listen to the younger generation who have all the solutions, they're better connected than ever before, and because of the connectivity, they have the opportunity and the ability to be able to fix problems in a quarter of the amount of time that anybody else of previous generations was able to do over a 10, 15, 20-year period.
So you're affiliated, as many in your family are, with many, many charities. You're patrons of certain organizations. I read that you have about 15 charities that you're affiliated with. Your brother and sister-in-law have about 35, but that's less than some other members of your family, right? You all are doing it a little bit differently.
Yeah.
So how do you focus?
So,
and tell us, that by contrast, how many charities might other royals be affiliated with in different generations?
Hundreds. My grandmother had to rewrite the rule books to a certain extent. My father and my mother have also done it their way. And now we're the younger generation coming through trying to do it our way because the world has changed so much. We believe that by streamlining and by bringing people together in order to effect real positive change is the only way forward. And you know, it worked for previous generations, and we will always say yes to becoming patron of a charity that we believe in and that we're incredibly passionate about. But I think in today's world, you have to be involved with things that make sense to where your passions lie, rather than potentially turning up to a charity once a year. I don't think that's necessarily beneficial to anybody. Your passions lie, rather than potentially turning up to a charity once a year. I don't think that's necessarily beneficial to anybody.
Thank you. Nice to see you again. I was just looking at, it's been a while since I last visited. So yeah, it's definitely when things get back to normal, I'd love to come and say hello to the team and everyone down there as well.
I think it was 2012 that you were last here.
No. It only seems like yesterday, Graham. It shows you how quickly time goes.
To where your passions lie, rather than potentially turning up to a charity once a year. I don't think that's necessarily beneficial to anybody.
All right. And Meghan went to school for that, and she's been in the media for quite some time, so she knows how to work these things.
What did you study at college?
I double majored, theater and international relations, and then I went and worked for the U.S. Embassy for a bit.
And Harry, you know, just being himself. But them, the leftovers, they can't be themselves. Their true selves are so nasty. People reject their awkwardness, their way of doing things. It's not like, okay, for instance, William, he knows that when he's in public to behave certain way. All right. He wants people to applaud him, but yet, even though I don't really like Kate because of her behavior and things like that, when Kate tried to be nice to William, like to touch him or something like that, he showed that freaking awkwardness. And then at the same time, in the same topic as well, Kate also knows William doesn't want to be touched, but she kept on doing it. And then the behavior back and forth is showing. Or the disdain toward his wife is shown. You would have thought that he would pretend, just pretend. All right. But it seems like Kate doesn't get the message that he doesn't like to be touched in public. Don't touch him. But she kept on doing it, so it's both of them. Their true selves, okay, is rejected, is nasty. When they show their true self is rejected by the public. All right? But the media, they rely on the media to interpret it for them. All right? And then the media, hoping the public just trust them. Don't believe your eyes. Don't believe what you hear. Just trust them. Meaning the media. This is looking the what word did they use? Loving eyes and this and that, you know, completely opposite once you see the video. All right, let's continue.
That these clowns have to come on board and start mimicking everything because they're like, right, we want that same media attention, we want that same conversation, just like Harry and Meghan get. And I can tell you now, as I said before, if this was Harry and Meghan copying William and Kate, the press and the media would cover it. Harry and Meghan copy William and Kate's family photo from behind, but because the press know that William and Kate have copied Harry and Meghan, they must keep quiet. We mustn't open our traps because we'll lose our jobs. We'll get threatened. We'll get sued. The men in the grey suits will come on to us. The palace will try and shut us down. You're all pussycats. You're all scared of the royal family. I mean, not being funny, you think the royal family was above the law. The amount of strings they pull. They've stopped Harry's security because it got stopped in March this year. Because they knew if Meghan came over with him, it'd be absolutely global.
Probably just don't want any documentation of the popularity of Meghan and the UK. Because if Harry were to show up with Meghan, a lot of people will come out and see them. Unlike the royal family, when they go out, sometimes people just minding their own business and they don't care. They'll put the security people will put those fences, those barricade, miles of barricades, and people don't show up. So if Harry and Meghan were to show up, then there will be images, pictures, videos, whatnot, people looking excited. So that will be a documentation of it that Meghan is popular. The people in the UK do appreciate Meghan. So they don't want any documentation of that. So they have their narrative. So if you don't have a visualization of it, so their narrative will still stand. But with social media, no matter how much they try to censor people or whatnot, but social media tells otherwise. Even though they are bad, not for Meghan though, because the Sussex squad, you put something out, Meghan put something out in a minute. Okay, the squad makes sure to tweet and retweet and retweet. But I'm aware, like the royal family will buy bots to do their bidding for them, but numbers don't lie, because when Meghan is selling things, the things goes out very quickly. All right, so that's how we could sort of document it and compare it between the bot and reality. Okay, so pretty much they don't want Meghan in the UK. They have a narrative that they do not want them there, or they don't like them, or not. They're not gonna say they don't like it, because they love to hide behind mouthpieces, but they want to make it seem like the entire country, the UK, don't like Meghan. But in reality, there are, I'm not saying all, okay, so keep that in mind. There's a good portion of Brits who do appreciate Meghan and Harry, so they will come out to see them, to take a pic of them. When you look at when Meghan went to Germany, for instance, red carpet, people came out to see them and things like that. They don't want that. The images they do not want. Okay?
But as I said, look, the timing is so hard to ignore, and it's not a coincidence, and it just makes the Wales's choice of photo feel very calculated, particularly after Meghan had the British press on her case for a whole week, mocking her summer holiday photos. But the press and the media are bent and
okay, so that was pretty long. That was a good interpretation of it. All right, the Wales Commonwealth Games photocopy the Sussex's trip to Disneyland. All right, copy walking. You really are weird, quite childish. Wish I was American, not British. Why? Just cause me. Okay, there they are here. They all into the conversation. This is what I was talking about. Okay, so let's leave that alone. Oops.
Commonwealth.
I was gonna stop after this, but since the next one that I have is JTB talking about Cooki Queens, let me put it, and after that, that'll be it. Okay, some movies just have the feel-good energy. Cooki Queens look like one of them. Friendship, big dreams, and a story worth seeing on the big screen. And theater August 7. Follow Cooki Queens film on Instagram. Ticket now on sale. That's a good promotion. If it's like the video promotion for it, I'm not gonna. It's almost 3 minutes. and probably music.
Does everyone know what upselling means? Okay.
Alright, so let me see if I see. Okay, he's talking. So I'll share the part where he's talking. Oh, where did he start talking?
Okay. Guess what? It's cookie season!
Okay, I already know I'm going to be seated for this. Cooki Queens looks like the perfect mix of heart, humor, friendship, and big dreams. I love stories about ordinary people doing extraordinary things, especially when they're rooted in community, ambition, and believing in yourself. If the first 10 seconds didn't pull you in, wait until you see the rest. Now, let's watch the full trailer.
Does everyone know what upselling means?
I'm gonna stop it now because I can't share the whole thing, okay? I'm gonna get flagged. I have to make multiple screenshots and all of that. There's the clap. This is that. Okay, this is that cute. This documentary is cute. I'll be sitting in the theater. All right, so there's this. All right, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. All right, so that's it. The next video, I'm gonna start with this, and I have some stuff regarding Meghan's birthday. All right, you know what, let me get this out of the way. All right, Willy and Kitty, here are your children. Please feel free to use their pictures, talk about them. Derangers, clown, quote, we don't care, we prefer Archie and Lily even though we don't see their faces. All right, so there's the Derangers looking at, I guess that's the William and Kate's people. Oh, what? Are you kidding me? You mean baby Louis and his funny faces aren't entertaining the plebs anymore? That's funny, lol. Okay, so now I got rid of this. I was gonna put on the next tweet, the next video. All right, I have this week. You know what, let me get rid of the other one as well. It's talking about King Charles, so the next one I'll be focusing on Meghan only. Okay, I'm getting rid of these. I'm sorry. So there's that here. So if organizers of the games are planning to invite the king, how is this Harry asking the king for a public joint appearance? Absolutely bollocks. How these newspapers get away with this shit days and days out is quite mind-boggling. All right, Harry, Dad, let the world see us together. So that's what this other thing was about. Alright, it's going to get worse now that Harry has lost his case. The tabloid think it's open season. I wish he could appeal in front of a different judge. Is he gonna appeal it? Because when I look, I don't think he's gonna appeal it, because the time have passed. I look at it in some past videos. Every Jack and Jills is giving an interview, including that sellout, private investigator. I thought they will appeal since the judge was conflicted. Del Vance's appeal gave me hope. But I think the appeal time, okay, unless if I'm missing, okay, I did put allegedly or something like that. They both completely ignore it all. As Meghan said, it's always going to be there. So you have to focus on what you are. You have to focus on what you are doing. The press and the media is out of control. The public cannot trust anything published about any topic. It's very sad, the era of lies. Okay, that ranch ball of a father will not be there, not by his own judgment, but the wasp. I think he will go just for optics. They do make up some BS, and it's ludicrous these toilet paper rags get away with. It's just infuriating how they get away with it, and just keep printing more and more lies. They will have their time. All right, so that is it. All right, and the next video. All right, so now that I get rid of these two tweets, so we're gonna start with that. All right, this one, the squad talking about Meghan's birthday. Okay, so that is it. Thanks for watching.
Livanaka. It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.